Well, welcome to Bourbon Riders. In today's first pour series, we're cracking open the Kentucky 10. This is a wheated small batch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey that is proudly distilled in Owensboro, Kentucky. Now, we sought out another wheated bourbon for our Wheat Week, which is coming in April, right after Easter. And I'll give you more information at the end of the show. And we wanted a good selection of wheated bourbons for our, what we call our Elite Wheat bracket, which is a series of 8 bourbons, really an Elite 8, that we're going to test until we get down to one wheated bourbon to rule them all. What do we know about the Kentucky 10? Really not a whole lot. I mean, other than it's Kentucky 10. You go to Kentucky10bourbon.com and they'll tell you the story. I won't bother reading all of it. What I did notice that they say, we use 100% Kentucky grown corn all within a 50-mile radius of our distillery. We utilize a wheated mash bill for added sweetness and approachability. We hope you enjoy this gold medal bourbon. And sure enough, it won a gold medal for exceptional taste, 92 points, from the Beverage Testing Institute in 2022. Well, I would think that they know something about what they're doing and why they got a gold medal. We're going to see if it gets a gold tonight. So, as always, the first thing we want to do is pop the top and see what it sounds like. Nice little pop there. Kind of a traditional looking whiskey bottle. Old-fashioned looking. So, let's give it a little sneak peek. Smells like a wheated bourbon. All right. Get some chugging here. Decent pour. Let's put the topper back on. That was tight. You probably heard me. Like I had to... it wasn't going anywhere on its own. So we'll place it right there. So, I looked for aroma, palate, anything that give me some tasting notes, and I could not find anything looking through the site. You may find it if you go to their site. Again, it's Kentucky 10, the number 10, bourbon.com, and read about their story and read about their bourbon. So it's, I would say it's more golden than it is amber. A little bit lighter than I normally see. I know nothing about the age of the bourbon. I mean, they do say a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I believe it has to be aged a minimum of 2 years to use that naming convention. So we're going to do our own aroma and tasting notes on the channel. Pretty much works for us anyways, doesn't it? Interesting. Now what proof did they... it has to say on the bottle what the proof is. I can barely read it with these glasses. Okay, it's 90 proof. 45% ABV. So reason I did that, because I said I'm not really smelling, 100 proof, north of 100. I really didn't get that. Mostly just good old bourbon aroma, sweet wheat. I would say rather than brown sugar, more like a confectioner's sugar or white sugar kind of smell. Or honey. It could be honey. It's nice. Not great, but it's nice. Okay, what we're here for. Cheers. The aroma does not translate to the taste. And I'm saying that in a good way. It has a lot more taste than you pick up from the nose. And I'm going to smell it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope. Honey. Maybe some cinnamon. Sugary. I mean, it smells like candy. It does. I'm going to taste it again before I tell you what I believe I'm tasting. Definitely a light fruit going on in there. Apples, pears, maybe. Nothing dark. Sweet, honey. Maybe some vanilla in there. I didn't really pick up the cinnamon in the flavor, but those baking spices all hit me at once right on the tip of the tongue. Yeah, that could have cinnamon and everything else that you can add to that, like boom. You got those baking spices and then that sweetness, that honey, those light fruits hit the middle of your tongue. And now the finish. The light fruit lasts. The sweetness starts to go away, but still a little bit there. And just a little bit of the baking spice. It's more the sweet fruit and the honey goes into the finish with just a light baking spice at the end. It's great. I had low expectations. So, yeah, I would have no problem drinking this as a daily sipper. You know, I'm a fan of wheated bourbons, and it's not the only kind of bourbon I drink. But let's take a third sip and give you my final thoughts on it. You know, some bourbons, especially in a first pour or first tasting like we do here, as you're tasting it more and more, your impressions, your thoughts about the bourbon changes. Sometimes the first sip, it may be a little harsh, and then second sip, it's better, third sip, it's better. I can tell you that every sip, 1, 2, and 3, has all been consistently fantastic. You get that baking spice roll in on the tip of the tongue. You get that fruit like we talked about, and these are light fruits, and you get that kind of honey sweetness in the middle. And then into the finish, the sweetness lasts, the fruit lasts. I'm still tasting that with a light baking spice finish. This is good. If you haven't tried the Kentucky 10 and you're a wheated guy like me, go and buy you a bottle. It won't set you back that much. You could buy 3 of these for one Old Elk, couldn't you? Now, and I love Old Elk. I'm not giving up my Old Elk. I will probably replace my Old Elk when I drink it. But I probably won't replace the Old Elk as quickly as I'll replace the Kentucky 10. Take that for what it's worth. So, is it a great value? Absolutely. Will you like it? Who's to say? I like it. And I'm a wheated bourbon guy. Well, I hope you liked the video, and you'll subscribe for more videos like this, and come back especially, I think it's April 16th, we start Wheat Week, It's going to be 7 days of nothing but wheat. We will have different reviews. The brackets will drop every day because there's 7 games in an Elite 8 series. And along with that, we're going to have some blind testing. We'll have at least 2 first pour videos. We'll have a Friday night bourbon fight. It's going to be loaded. That's probably going to be about 10 shows over 7 days. It's going to be crazy. And it's going to be crazy here until I get it done. So stick around, come back, and we'll definitely see you on Wheat Week. See you next time. Sugary. I mean, it smells like candy. It does.